So, boys, let's take you back 3 years to the playoff final at Wembley. What are your memories of that day?
Have start.
No, you start.
What for you?
It was amazing. It was one of the best days, or was the best day in my life, because it was a life-changing moment. Obviously, all the build-up to the game was just insane. The day before in the hotel next to us is the Wembley Stadium. We visit the stadium before, and then when you go there for the game, the red carpet is laid out, fireworks, God Save the Queen. Incredible.
So Pep needs to bring his top performance, you know.
Had you both been to Wembley before, or was it your first time there?
No, it was my first time at least. So it was the first time that I've been there. And as Hef said, with the build-up to the game was just with, I think, cup finals and other promotion games. So yeah, it was really busy around there, and you could almost feel the atmosphere days before already. So special day for all of us, and as Hef said, life-changing as well. So yeah, for me as well, it's the best day of my life, the most special one at least.
Let's talk about the early part of the game, because Huddersfield had 2 big chances early on. Izzy Brown had one of them.
And who was the other guy?
And a big defender came up from the back for the other one. Do you want to see that?
Yeah. Well, Izzy should score this one, but he knows this as well. And I should score the second one, and then we have an easy day at Wembley. You know, take some pictures and see you Reading. But we wanted to have the full experience with 120 minutes, then penalty shootout. That is a little bit more exciting for everybody.
It gave me the chance to shine as well then at the end of the day.
Yeah, and obviously Christopher needed to shine because he did so good all the season, and he just deserved this moment.
The game itself, it was very tight. It was a hot day. Not many chances in the game. It was a strange playoff final in a way, because there are not many playoff finals that finish 0-0 after 120 minutes. It must have been all about the good defensive work on the day.
Well, what can we say? No, I think there were too many Germans involved, to be fair. Like, you obviously in such a big game, you don't want to take too much risk because, it's a lot of pressure on the game, and we kind of took the strategy to not risk too much. And the longer the game went on and the more pressure it was on the game, the less risk you take. So I think it would have been good to take the first two opportunities. But on the other hand, it kept us all staying focused. So I think he just wanted to keep the team awake and focused. And yeah, it was tense, and I think this was one of them games which wasn't great to watch, but there was obviously a lot of tension, and it was still hard work.
There was a good battle in that game in the middle of the park between Aaron Moy and Danny Williams, and of course Danny Williams then went on to sign for Huddersfield, and we are going to be speaking to Danny about this game. Was he a player that stood out for you on the day?
Yeah, definitely. It tells me a lot about his character. I think there's a saying is there in English: if you can't beat them, join them. So he's a tremendous player in my opinion. He's a bit unlucky with his injuries, but I think he had a great day and a great game. And also the way he scored his penalty in style, I would say, just convenient for Danny Williams.
This is Danny Williams.
Yeah, this is Danny Williams.
Yeah,
exactly.
Great guy.
So no, he had a great game. I think he was the best player on the pitch.
Let's fast forward then to the penalty shootout. German players normally do well with penalties. They never miss, do they, Michael?
Yeah, well, you have to look at the situation. Obviously, we clearly would have won it anyway. So I put some pressure on Reading because I know exactly the guys from Reading will, kick the ball out of the Wembley Stadium, and obviously everything went well. It was a bitter pill to for me, because I was very angry about this. But then at the end of the day, I would do it always the same one. If we promote again, I would take the blame. To miss a penalty is easy for me. At least Huddersfield Town went into the Premier League. This is the most important thing, you know, because when it would be the other way around, maybe I score and then somebody else miss it, and then we don't go up, would be like, I can't live with this. So for us, we had a great happy end. We had a great day. Schindy was a great penalty. He was cool. So on the end of the day, we were like the winners of the playoff final, and this.
Plus, have already brought us there, didn't he, with his penalty in the semi-final against Sheffield Wednesday. So yeah, I think if he wanted to score, then he would have scored. But as you said, there was some bigger thought behind that.
There's a plan.
It worked out.
You have to share the glory with the other guys, you know.
Yes.
Don't be selfish.
No.
And it's good to see as well in this circumstance, in this full stadium. It's a good experience as well to miss a penalty for me, because this shows me in life.
Why?
Yeah, because Schindy, I'm honestly with you. If I put it in, okay, you put it in. You always see the happy side of the life and always the good things. And I think
like that. It's getting deep now.
You see the other hand side as well. And I won't want to see it again, but I did, and it was a good experience for my whole life and gave me something for my life and for the future.
Keeps you humbled.
Let me ask you this, Hef, about Schindy. When you saw him walking up, you know him pretty well, you know his game, you know he's a defender and not a striker. Were you expecting him to score?
You know his technique.
I was 100% convinced from Schindy, because he is always like delivering 100%, you know. He is always the same player. It doesn't matter which game it is. So he will always deliver on the pitch. And we were like a whole year teammates, roommates. And we built him up to a proper winner, because he come from 1860 Munich. They had like difficulties, but he is now a proper winner and a proper leader. And I was just, convinced and 100% sure that he put us in the Premier League, and he deserves it because he played an outstanding season. And as well, he's a great character, a great guy, you know. He can kick the ball, yes, he's a good footballer, but on the other hand side, he's a really, really good guy, and I like him.
Can you talk us through your emotions, Schindy?
That's what I told you to say, thanks. You read the script.
How you felt as you were stepping up?
Well, I can't really remember too much, because there was so much emotion. It's hard. You almost feel like you weren't in this situation personally. So I remember just to walk up there and thinking, now you can do it. Now you can do it. And then I was thinking, David said before we took the penalties, he said, now, can we expect from a professional football player from 12 yards out to kick the ball into the net? Yes, we can. So we're only this 12 yards, each of you, away from the Premier League. And this kind of went through my head a little bit. And then I thought, I just do it. And when I hit, what?
I missed this part when you said this.
You had your soft tissue work. No, I just remember then the ball hitting the back of the net, and then, like, as you could see on the pictures, I didn't prepare for that. I have to say as well, this was my first penalty in professional football. So yeah, I took the right one, to be fair. I kept it for the right situation.
Michael, was it a dream?
It was a dream.
The dream, not more.
It was a dream which turned into reality, and we had like a great great group, not just the players, the staff, and as well the fans were so special. We built it up from the pre-season, from the first day in the league to the playoff final. Everything was just like perfect, you know.
It's meant to be,
had 40,000 Huddersfield Town fans there. They cheering us up, singing us as there's no tomorrow, you know. And we were just like a big group. We were like 40,000 people and 11 or 30 players down on the pitch. So it was just one big unit.
And what about the celebrations? What were they like?
Well, you're right, to be fair. I don't think they were like overwhelming, but yeah, I think that everybody was, after this tough season, was just relieved and empty afterwards, and obviously we celebrated a lot. But it took a couple of, for me it was like this, it took a couple of days or even a week till I realized what happened, and what this actually means for the club, for every player, for the staff. And as have said, I think this whole year was like a meant to be situation, and nobody expected anything, and we were almost 20 players, I'd say, who had the quality to start, and there was so much competition and quality in training, and then off the pitch as well, like a big connection. So I think this doesn't deserve one name or one hero or whatnot. This was just meant to be. This whole situation was just like a fairy tale for the club and for everyone involved. So for me, it was, I needed a couple of weeks, to be fair, till I realized what happened.
And what about the role of the manager, David Wagner? How important was he in the season?
I mean, he brought all the players together. So if you look back at it, it was like a bunch of players coming from everywhere in Europe or with different background, family situations, and then when we go on the pitch, everything just fitted together. And this was for me the biggest quality and biggest achievement David Wagner had in this year, that he brought together a bunch of players from everywhere and made them work into one direction. And this is what made us unique and what made us going all the way through, I think. So he played a big role, of course, and like he, same as every other individual involved in that, deserves the praise.
And you both agree that it was the greatest day of your lives?
Well, I have the birth of my daughter as well, but from my career point of view, definitely, yeah.
I'll leave you with the final word.
Great, it was great. You always like wanna remember these days, because when you look at the pictures, when you speak to the guys, we always have this bond. You know, we did something crazy. We promoted with Huddersfield Town. Nobody bet anything on us, and we just did it because we fight for each other. We got the Terriers mentality and the Terrier spirit, and it's not about individuals. Like Schindy said, we had like such a strong group with the manager. We had a good game plan, and this will, like, we will be bound forever. So it's just a crazy moment in your life, what maybe happens once, and we were lucky to be there.